Pitch kettled, stuck fast, confounded. Pitcher, the miraculous pitcher that holds water with the mouth downwards, a woman's commodity. She has cracked her pitcher or pipkin. She has lost her maidenhead. Pizzy Club, a society held AD 1744 at the sign of the Tower on Tower Hill. President Don Pizarro, plaister of warm guts, one warm belly dap to another, a receipt frequently prescribed for different disorders. Plant, the place in the house of the fence where stolen goods are secreted, any place where stolen goods are concealed. To plant, to lay, place, or hide. Plant your weeds and stow them. Be careful what you say or let slip. Also to bury, as he was planted by the parson. Plate, money, silver, prize. He is in for the plate. He has won the keat, i.e., is infected with the venereal disorder. A simile drawn from Hoff racing, when the plate fleet comes in, when money comes to hand. Platter-faced, broad-faced, play, to play booty, to play with an intention to lose, to play the whole game, to cheat, to play least in sight, to hide or keep out of the way, to play the devil, to be guilty of some great irregularity or mismanagement. Pluck, courage. He wants pluck. He is a coward against the pluck, against the inclination. Pluck the ribbon, ring the bell. To pluck a crow with one to settle a dispute. To reprove one for some past transgression. To pluck a rose, an expression said to be used by women for going to the necessary house, which in the country usually stands in the garden. To pluck also signifies to deny a degree to a candidate at one of the universities on account of insufficiency. The three first books of Euclid, and as far as quadratic equations in algebra, will save a man from being plucked. These unfortunate fellows are designated by many opprobrious appellations, such as the 12 Apostles, the Legion of Honor, Wise Men of East, etc. Plug-tail, a man's penis. Plum, 100,000 pounds. Plummy, it is all plummy, i.e. all is right, or as it ought to be. Plump, fat, full, fleshy, plump in the pocket, full in the pocket, to plump, to strike, or shoot. I'll give you a plump in the bread basket, or the victualling office. I'll give you a blow in the stomach, plump his peepers, or daylight. Give him a blow in the eye. He pulled out his pops, and plumped him. He drew out his pistols and shot him, a plumper. A single vote in an election. Plump also means directly or exactly as. It fell plump upon him. It is fell directly upon him. Plump current. I am not plump current. I am out of sorts. Plumpers. Contrivances said to be formerly worn by old maids for filling out a pair of shrivelled cheeks. Plier, a crutch, also a trader. Pogey, drunk, point, to stretch a point, to exceed some usual limit, to take a great stride. Breeches were usually tied up by the churchwardens at wits untied under the denomination of tags. By taking a great stride, these were stretched. Poisoned, big with child, that wench is poisoned. See how her belly is swelled, poison-plated, red-haired. Poke, a blow with the fist. I'll lend you a poke. A poke likewise means a sack. Hence, to buy a pig in a poke, i.e. to buy anything without seeing or properly examining it. Poker, a sword. 4 pokers, aces and kings at cards. To burn your poker, to catch the venereal disease. Pole, is like a rope dancer's polo. Laid at both ends, a saying of a stupid, sluggish fellow. Polish, to polish the king's iron, with one's eyebrow to be in gall, and look through the iron-grated windows, to polish a bone, to eat a meal. Come and polish a bone with me, come and eat a dinner or supper with me. Poll, the head, jolly knob, nabber, or knowledge box, also a wig. Polt, a blow. Lend him a polt in the muns, give him a knock in the face. To pommel, to beat, originally confined to beating with the hilt of a sword, the knob being from its similarly to a small apple called pommel. In Spanish it is still called the apple of the sword, as the clenched fist likewise somewhat resembles an apple. Perhaps that might occasion the term pommeling to be applied to fisticuffs. Pomp, to save one's pomp at whist, is to score 5 before the adversaries are up or win the game, originally derived from pimp, which is Welsh for 5 and should be I have saved my pimp. Pomperginnis, aqua pomperginnis, pump water, see aqua. Pumpkin, a man or woman of Boston in America from the number of pumpkins raised and eaten by the people of that country. Pumpkinshire, Boston and its dependencies. Pony, pony, money, post the pony, lay down the money. Pontius Pilate, a pawnbroker. Pontius Pilate's guards, the first regiment of foot or Royal Scots, so initiated, entitled from their supposed great antiquity. Pontius Pilate's counsellor, one who like him can say, non invenio causam, I can find no cause. Also Cambridge, a Mr. Shepherd of Trinity College, who disputing with a brother parson on the comparative rapidly, with which read the liturgy, offered to give him as far as Pontius Pilate in the belief. Pope, a figure burned annually every 5th of November in memory of the gunpowder plot, which is said to have been carried on by the Papists. Pope's nose, the rump of a turkey. Pops, pistols, pop shop, a pawnbroker's shop. To pop, to pawn, also to shoot. I popped my tatler, I pawned my watch, I popped the cull, I shot the man, his means are 2 pops and a galloper, that is, he is a highwayman. Poplars, pottage, cunt, pork, to cry pork, to give intelligence to the undertaker of a funeral, metaphor borrowed from the raven, whose note sounds like the word pork. Ravens are said to smell carrion at a distance. Porker, a hog, also a Jew. Porridge, keep your breath to cool your porridge, i.e. held your tongue. Porridge Island, an alley leading from St. Martin's churchyard to Round Court, chiefly inhabited by cooks, who cut off ready-dressed meat of all sorts and also sell soup. Posy or posy, a nosegay, I shall see you ride backwards up Holborn Hill, with a book in one hand and a posy in the other, i.e. I'll see you go to be hanged malefactors who picked themselves on being properly equipped for that occasion, had always a nosegay to smell, and prayer book also, although they could not read. Posy mobilitatis, the mob. Post Master General, the Prime Minister, who has the patronage of all posts and places. Post Nointer, a house painter who occasionally paints or anoints posts. Knight of the Post, a false evidence, one ready to swear anything for hire, from post to pillar, backwards and forwards. Postillion of the Gospel, a parson who hurries over the service. Pot, the pot calls the kettle black arse, one rogue exclaims against another. Pot on the pot, i.e. at stall. Pot converts, proselytes to the Romish church, made by the distribution of victuals and money. Pot hunter, one who hunts more for the sake of the prey than the sport. Pot valiant, courageous from drink. Pot wallopers, persons entitled to vote in certain boroughs by having boiled a pot there. Potato trap, the mouth. Shut your potato trap and give your tongue a holiday, i.e. be silent. Irish wit. Pot hooks and hangers, hankeks. A scrawl, bad writing. Pot wabblers, persons entitled to vote for members of Parliament in certain boroughs from having boiled their pots therein. These boroughs are called pot-wabbling boroughs. Poor Lane, a boo-boo, boobo, French. Poulterer, a person that guts letters, i.e. opens them and secretes the money. The kiddie was topped for the poultry rig. The young fellow was hanged for secreting a letter and taking out the contents. Pound. To beat. How the milling cove pounded the cull for being nuts on his blowing. How the boxer beat the fellow for taking liberties with his mistress. Pound. A prison. See Lobb's pound. Pounded in prison. Shut up in the parson's pound. Married powder. Powder monkey, a boy on board a ship of war whose business is to fetch powder from the magazine. Powdering tub, the same as picking tub. See pickling tub. Pred, lay, cutting bags from behind horses. Cunt. Pred, a horse, the swell flashes a rum pred, the gentleman sports a fine horse.